Hello, guys. I'm going to go ahead and briefly cover a sort of extension to the previous video. Um, Something that may help people who are dealing with someone who has DDD, or the people who have DDD that are trying to manage their condition. Um, One thing that a lot of people with DDD are going to have a lot of trouble with, especially in today's society, because it's so there's so much momentum behind this way of thinking that it comes very natural to a lot of people, and most people don't think anything of it. It's just normal. Um, but something that a lot of people are going to do with DDD is they are going to become sort of hyper self-focused. But at the same time, even though they are that hyper focused on themselves, um, it's like I guess it would be kind of like having a diamond ring that you put in a box and using a magnifying glass to look really, really hyper close at the box. You still don't get to see the ring because the ring's inside the box. The box is covering up the ring so that you can't actually see the ring. So you don't actually get to see what you're so hyper focused on, but you end up ignoring everything else around you, which may even include a key. Um, and it can create all kinds of havoc in all kinds of different ways. The primary thing that tends to occur from this is there's a tremendous dip in consideration for others. Um, and there's this feeling that, like, um, you're not wrong for doing what you did, um, because all you were trying to do was what you thought was right, or what you felt was right for you. And so you don't feel like what you did was wrong at all, but you hurt someone, maybe someone really close to you, and you didn't consider that. You didn't consider the ramifications of that person being hurting you also, and whatnot, because you were just so hyper focused on yourself. And as a result, this tends to cause a lot of what people refer to as burning bridges. Um, and I want to kind of try to explain that real quick and build off the previous video. So in the previous video, I said one of my core truths that I hold to is too much too fast is always a bad thing. It doesn't matter what your motivations are, it doesn't matter what the circumstances are, it always ends up bad. And like I said, a lot of that has to do with the fact that we just do not possess the ability to change our psychology beyond a certain degree within a certain amount of time. So it always leaves someone in the dust. It always leaves someone feeling abandoned. It leaves someone feeling like you don't give a crap. When someone is already going through a set of circumstances, and those circumstances may have been self-initiated, or they may have been initiated by others. It may just be life threw you a hell of a curveball. But when life has already got you handling too much at a speed that is just too fast. And you're just struggling like hell just to keep things going. And then somebody close to you, someone you thought that you could rely on, someone you thought was dependable enough that that when they said they'd be there for you, that they would be there for you, um, who offered to be there for you, and then became that hyper focus to the point that they basically put more on your plate and demanded that you get oops, just lost my light. There we go. And basically demand that you get it done even faster than what you were getting done already. It goes from it takes a person from survival to just straight up like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to recover from this. I don't know how I'm going to manage this. This is like, I'm just totally screwed over by what this person that I thought I could trust just decided to put me through. That's when bridges get burnt. The whole if you haven't heard the explanation for a burnt bridge, is basically the concept is, okay, you got a canyon, like picture the Grand Canyon. You've got a bridge, like a rope bridge that extends between the two canyons, and you kind of imagine those two sides of the canyon as two different people. And when you go ahead and you burn the bridge, well, then how do you... Damn. Well, then at that point, how do you rebuild the bridge? How do you cross that ravine enough to actually connect the two again, enough to start building a bridge again? Usually speaking, if you weren't willing to go through the work that maintaining that bridge demanded, or just leaving it alone and not burning it, not trying to get rid of it, especially with the other person on the top on that bridge, crossing that bridge, when you decide to do this, the odds are that now that it's going to be so much more difficult, you probably won't rebuild that bridge. So in essence, by burning that bridge, by destroying that bridge, you ensure that there will never be another bridge between those people. That the two sides will never be able to meet. They'll never be able to exchange. They'll never be able to work together again. This is why it's really, really important not to do this. But like I said, when someone has DDD, that hyper focus... This is not my van. My van stays on, the light stays on for like 30 minutes. When they become that hyper focused, it's just like, that's all that matters. The fact that they don't see anything wrong with it, the fact that they'll probably never apologize for it, whatnot, can make it really, really hard to trust them again, especially when you find yourself out in the middle of that bridge and they decide that's the best time to burn it. Generally, that is how it will happen. A lot of people suffer from a lot of burdens, from a lot of different problems. that they try to bury, they try to keep hidden even from themselves. And whenever they say they can depend, that you can depend on them, they're trying to make themselves feel better. They're not really possessing the qualities of being that dependable. So when you go ahead and you decide to take them up on the offer, a lot of the times what will happen is they'll get into it. A lot of the times what will happen is they'll get into it, and your problems on top of their problems may, even though you're not really doing anything particularly wrong, but just that little bit more strain is sort of the straw that broke the camel's back. If you've heard that expression, if you haven't, it basically means, okay, the camel already had 50 pounds on his back, and you put another pound on it, and that was just too much for the camel to keep up. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what it means. It's just that little bit too much, that to go from this I can handle to this I cannot handle. And that generally happens at that point. So a lot of the times, yeah, the dissociation, trying to be someone that you're not, the lack of selfishness, the desire to be more objective, or more the way you want to see yourself rather than acknowledging the way that you actually feel and think, keeps you from being able to assess your boundaries, and that keeps you from being able to, I guess, I can't turn on the lights now. That keeps you from being able to lost my train of thought. That keeps you from being able to build those fences and let people know, hey, this is okay, but this is not. This is okay, but this is not. I like this, that's fine, but just don't, we're not going to do this. And so, yeah, like I said, that happens a lot. Just being aware of it will help a lot. But at that stage in the game, like, this is a person who has a lot of growing to do. Probably best that they do it alone as much as possible, just because if there's a lightning rod around for them to blame and point fingers at, they will. And that will keep them from being able to make progress of their own, and by identifying their own involvement in their own issues. But anyway, that's enough for this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully this video helps a little bit. See you later.